Arsenal Fan TV, welcome along to the preview show in association with BetVictor. We're going to take a look at the big matchup this week, Arsenal versus Norwich City, or should I say Norwich City versus Arsenal. It's at Carrow Road, and for us, it's a massive game. It should have been a routine game. It should have been one of those games where you look on it and think, Norwich City, we should go there and win. But after the defeat last week at West Brom, it is now a massive game. Now, let's take a look, first of all, at Norwich. Last 3 games they've played, they've had a bit of mixed form. Played against Chelsea last week, of course, they got beaten that. Previous to that, they played against Swansea at home, got a 1-0 victory. And of course, they also went away to Manchester City. And you know what? They played decently in that game, but still got beat 2-1. So they've had some difficult games recently, but only one window for Norwich in their last 3 games, but you've got to look at those games and say, you know what, 2 of those games are very difficult. Chelsea away, what, is that a difficult game at the moment? Well, I suppose going to Stamford Bridge is always going to be difficult, and going away to Manchester City, but they did beat Swansea at home, although Swansea are not really on form. Let's look at Arsenal. Not too bad. You know, yeah, we had that defeat away to West Brom last week, but if I'm being honest with you, I didn't think we played that badly. Defending was a bit comical for both of their goals. But listen, West Brom had 1 shot on target and still managed to run out of that game, winning the game by 2-1. Previous to that, we had the draw against Tottenham Hotspur, which again, we didn't play that great, but managed to get a draw. And before that, 3-0 away at Swansea. The thing that I look at that gives me a lot of hope was how we played against Dinamo Zagreb. I know Zagreb weren't the greatest of teams, but again, it was a very good performance. Players like Mesut Ozil, fantastic in that game. He's closing in on that assist record as well. He's got 7 assists already this season, closing in on that record of the most assists in a season by any player. And he's on fire at the moment. And of course, there was the return to form of Alexis Sanchez, who over the past couple of weeks, even though he's tried hard, has looked not himself, but against Dinamo Zagreb, he was absolutely brilliant, scoring 2 goals, could have had a hat-trick. So it's great to see that Alexis is back. And those players are going to be very important going into that game against Norwich. Also, don't forget Aaron Ramsey's comeback as well. So even though we've lost Coquelin, that again gives the place a bit of a lift to know that Ramsey's back. And I remember the last time we played Norwich before they got relegated, I remember it was the last game of the season for Arsenal. It was Aaron Ramsey who scored the winner, and it was a fantastic goal in that game as well. So let's look at Norwich. Who are their danger men? I suppose you've got to go with Nathan Redmond. He's their top goal scorer this season with 4 goals. He's a very good player, you know, very talented player. But on the whole, Norwich don't score a lot of goals. Their goal scoring record is not that great. And I can't see Norwich putting a lot of goals past Arsenal. Whereas with Arsenal, with you know, Alexis returning to form, with Giroud who's been banging them in, he's already got 7 this season, scored last week, of course, against West Brom. I can see Arsenal getting goals in this game. So I think it's going to be a game where Arsenal can bounce back. If you look at the last 6 meetings between us and Norwich, we've only been defeated in 1 of them. We've got a very, very good record against Norwich City, and I expect that to continue. I think that Arsenal are going to get a lot of confidence from that victory at Dinamo Zagreb, and I reckon they're going to go out there and do the business. So I'm going to go with my prediction for this game, with Arsenal winning this by 3-1. I think Norwich will get a goal, but I think Alexis, I can see him being on fire in that game. I can see Giroud posing that Norwich defence a lot of problems. And I'm going to go for Arsenal winning the game by 3-1. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. Give us your match predictions for the game. And also, don't forget to go over to BetVictor's YouTube channel. They've got a new show, the Weekender Show, where we preview all the games that are coming up, and I'm on the show. So, you know, go over there and give me a little bit of support, you know what I mean? I'm on the show previewing all the goals for the weekend, but I know one thing, Arsenal going to do the business this weekend. Thanks for watching. On the Arsenal bus as well, I'm going good weekend for Arsenal. It's not been a great month in the league for